If you're in the mood to heat things up a little bit, this week's scalding A minor shred fest in the style of Paul Gilbert is exactly what you need. Hello there kids, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop. Here's your good pal Uncle Ben. Now I don't know what my mom gave you for Christmas, but something she gave me is a couple of sick records by Paul Gilbert. Specifically Stone Pushing Uphill Man and Silence Followed by a Deafening Roar, both extremely fantastic records. I've been a huge fan of Paul Gilbert ever since my good buddy Eric Reason showed me his copy of the legendary Paul Gilbert Hot Licks video. It was full of nothing but incredible sequence licks and amazing feats of alternate picking strength. I'd always loved the sounds of those sequence licks, but I never really knew what was going on with them until I watched that video, and I've been hooked on sequenced ideas ever since. So since I've been listening to a lot of Senior Gilbert lately, I thought this week would be the perfect time to drop a cool Paul Gilbert inspired lick on you guys. It's based on a pattern I've seen Paul use in a whole bunch of different solos, and it would be great to play at your next barbecue or picnic gathering. But before we get into it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And of course you can find a full tab for this week's lick on my Instagram page, so be sure to go find me over there. BenEllerGuitars is my username. Find the tab, learn how to play it, upload a video of yourself shredding through it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Before we dig into it, let's take a quick look at the scale pattern that I'm using. It'll make the whole thing make a lot more sense to you. The A minor scale is nothing more than the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And there's a million ways you could do that, but here's a particular way I'm doing it in this week's lick. 7th fret D, 4th fret G, 5th fret G, 7th fret G, 5th fret B, 6th fret B, 8th fret B, 5th fret high E, 7th fret high E, 8th fret high E. It's like this. The lick is a descending thing going from high notes to low notes, so it's important to be able to play that scale pattern backwards too, like 8-7-5, 8-6-5, 7-5-4, 7. All you have to do is learn one sequence and then apply it to all the different pairs of strings. Here's what the sequence is. Starting from the highest note on the high E string, what you're going to do is to pick that note, in other words fret 8, and then pull off to the next note in the scale, 7. Pull off to the next note in the scale, which is 5 here. Again, only pick the very first note there. Next, play the 8th fret on the B. And then what you're going to do is to pick your way back up that high E string again. 5, 7, 8, and then play down that string with pull-offs. So what we started with here is we began on the high E and legatoed our way down it. The next note on the next string, fret 8 on the B. Then what we're going to do is walk all the way back up the high E string, 5, 7, 8. Then pull our way back off down. That's the entire sequence. And then what I'm going to do is apply that to the next set of strings. So in this case on the B string we've got 5, 6, and 8, E, F, and G. So you're going to play it like this. 8, pulling off to 6, pulling off to 5. 7th fret G. Then we're going to pick up the B string here, 5, 6, 8, and pull off back down. Next you move on to the next set of strings. The G string had 4, 5, and 7, B, C, and D on it. So we're going to play the highest note on the G string here, which is fret 7, pull off to 5, pull off to 4. 7th fret on the D string. Pick your way back up that G, 4, 5, 7, pull off. And then just ending on the 7th fret D string right there, which is our A note, our root note if we're playing against an A minor chord. The picking on each one of those sequences is exactly the same. It starts with an upstroke followed by 2 pull-offs, up, pull, pull, downstroke on the next string. And then when you go back to the high E, you're going to go up, down, up, pull, pull. So there's not all that much picking in there. Each one of those sequences is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 notes long, and you're only picking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So just barely over half of those notes are actually picked. A lot of Paul's licks are like this, actually. Everybody kind of perceives him as being Mr. Alternate Picker, but he uses a fair bit of legato in his playing. Once more with both hands in the frame. So there you go, kids, another sick lick to add to the good old wank bank. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and thanks to Paul Gilbert for being so awesome at everything. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. And also, if you're interested in booking some one-on-one Skype lessons with me, be sure to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. Hit me up and we'll talk about rates and times and all that other good stuff. Book you up a spot and get you learnt good. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned next week for some more hot shit. See you then. Cheers.